Hey y'all, it's Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're tackling another family favorite. This is my recipe for Kentucky pecan pie. Now, this delicious pie lives somewhere between warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie and pecan pie, and it's, like I said, been a family favorite for as long as I can remember. And the best part is that it's really easy to make. To start, I've got a cup of regular white granulated sugar. I've got a cup of chopped pecans. Now, buying pecans from Priesters is a great option because you can buy them already chopped like this. These pecan pieces are usually a little more affordable, and they save you a step. You don't have to buy halves and then chop them up. I'm adding a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I've got about half a cup of all-purpose flour. I've got 2 eggs here. I'm gonna give us a little bit of a head start and just kind of go ahead and mix these together a bit. Right into the bowl. Like I said, this is one of those recipes where you just dump everything in a bowl and stir, and obviously those are my favorite. A half a cup of melted unsalted butter. If you only have salted, it'll work just fine. And what we're gonna do is just stir this together. I've got a 9-inch deep dish pie crust that is unbaked. I just bought a frozen one because once again, it's an easy recipe, so we're gonna make things as easy as possible. I also really like to use those rolled pie crusts that you find in the refrigerated section. So if you have a fancy dish that you wanna use or you wanna elevate this a little bit, you could use one of those rolled pie crusts in one of your favorite dishes. Just make sure that it's about 9 inches and it's a deep dish because this does make a pretty thick pie. To this, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla flavoring. You know, the reality is that we are told all the time that we have to buy expensive vanilla extract, but I did some research, we did some testing, and we found that inexpensive vanilla flavoring actually adds more vanilla flavor after you bake something, because vanilla extract, of course, is made with alcohol, and alcohol evaporates when it's heated. So using something like a vanilla flavoring often will give you more flavor than the expensive stuff. All right, this is gonna go right here into my pie crust. I've got my oven preheated to 325 degrees. Spread that out just a little bit. 325 degrees for about an hour. The top is gonna set. It's gonna look like a warm chocolate chip cookie. I've got one already done here. Grab this out. You can see it turns golden brown. It looks like a beautiful chocolate chip cookie on the top. We love to serve this warm with a little vanilla ice cream, you know, to cut the sweet. Folks, you can find this recipe by heading over to the website at southernbite.com. Just visit the Simply Southern TV tab at the top or in the menu bar. Y'all enjoy.
Mary, you're a Kentucky girl, so what did you think of Stacy's Kentucky pecan pie?
I thought it was great, and that's one of my favorite desserts. There's a restaurant back home that makes one very similar, and the owner goes to my parents' church, and it used to be that anytime she heard I was coming home, she would make a whole pie and give it to my aunt who hosted a Thursday night dinner when we would go visit. So it's really good, and if you heat up a slice of that pie and put a scoop of ice cream on it, oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
Now, Stacy also says that this pie is great for Thanksgiving. Speaking of that, go over to his website and look up this recipe. There's a hilarious story about him making cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving included. Now, I won't spoil it for you, but I will say it contains the phrase, Old Faithful.
Oh goodness, that sounds messy. Well, thank you for joining us today, but it's time for us to go. Come on back next week when Stacy will be making about the most southern sounding dish that I can think of, collard green soup.
And we'll see how foresters are dealing with one of the biggest pest outbreaks in decades. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. We'll see you then.
Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative and these sponsors.